Doc, get us straight. What the heck is this monkeypox? I mean, is it an outbreak, or should we be scared, or what is this?
Well, yeah. So I just want to first back up for a second to
Sure.
Matthew 10:26 and say that
Absolutely.
again, that last part of it, be not afraid of who can kill
Yeah.
the body, but can kill the soul in the body.
Yes.
He said that's then the passage where are not two sparrows sold for a penny,
Right.
and not one of them fall to the ground without God's will. What
Mhm.
that means in doctor terms is God's in charge of when you die.
Amen.
And as an ER doc, I can tell you I've seen that so many times. People that should have died that didn't,
Mhm.
people that I that were going to be fine. It really is truly. That doesn't mean you go up, jump off cliffs because God's going to save me. What it does mean is do not worry about tomorrow because God's,
Exactly.
God's in charge. And
Amen.
the other thing that we keep forgetting about is we're in soul bodies. We have a material body, but we have an eternal soul.
That's right.
And the resurrection and the evidence of the resurrection, the Shroud of Turin, and actually in the Eucharistic miracles show
Sure.
that our bodies become eternal too. At the end of days, our bodies are resurrected up.
Yes.
And so we always got to think about that. This is just a temporary
Oh
sojourn
yeah.
here.
Life is short.
The church's job is to get us to heaven. Again, not to solve poverty. Yes, we do all those things, but the primary job is to get us to the right destination, because eternity in the good place is a really nice thing. Eternity in the bad place is probably not so great.
I guarantee it.
So I think that's what we got to always keep in mind, that this is compared to eternity, our lives are very, very short.
Amen.
So and so either it's true or it's not true.
Great.
and we have all the evidence to show that there is a God created
Amen.
universe. So back to I would also now want to talk about the lockdowns and this
Sure.
emergency. So what you haven't heard
Yes.
from the CDC
What's that?
and you haven't heard from Dr. Fauci is that the American Pediatric Association, the American Pediatric Hospital Association, in 2021 called a national mental health emergency for children
Wow.
due to the lockdowns and increase in. So, for example, again, you never hear this on the mainstream news or any other spot. 50% increase in suicide in adolescent girls because of the social isolation and the shaming if you didn't take the vaccine. Now, again, healthy people under 30, again, this is medical truth, treating all these COVID patients and all my colleagues,
Sure.
people under 30 who didn't have cancer or something did not die. So more children, more young adults will have died of the lockdowns and the behavioral health effects that were imposed. And in fact, the British Medical Journal, again, we can't get truth out of the American journals because he's got an iron grip on them, is they put out a saying, we blew it. We caused more death. We caused more harm and stuff. So, and again, like back in the old days, prehistoric medicine prior to March 2020, we used to do a risk-benefit ratio. Any medical treatment, anything you do, is it good for you or not good for you? Is it cause less death than the disease you're fighting?
Yeah.
Common sense, but we don't need common sense because we have infallible people that are in charge of our public health. So that's what's going on, and there's no debate. We can't have a debate.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Which we used to always have. So then that gets back to your issue about monkeypox. So again, just like in the early pandemic, we thought, and I set up the ERs, a lot of ERs about the response, because we truly thought everyone was going to die.
Yeah.
Remember the early projections?
Sure.
Well, by summertime, we realized, good grief, fortunately, not everyone is dying, and there are certain groups that are at risk. Overweight people, unfortunately, had a risk. Elderly people, 80% of the deaths were in people over 80 with multiple medical conditions. But you never heard that. It was everyone, and the kids are particularly at risk, or they're going to kill grandma, they're going to pass it. So none of those things turned to be true. So the same thing is going on with monkeypox, because again, it's all about fear. And here's the beauty of fear. It does two things. Number one, your higher brain functions shut down, so you comply. It's a fight or flight response.
Yep.
And chronic fear, the beauty about chronic fear is it causes your cortisol levels to go up, because your body's trying to calm you down, and it depresses your immunity. So it's a great thing if you want, so it's a wonderful thing. So my view is, why are we warring on our children? We have a war on children.
Yes.
So if we don't kill them in the womb,
yes,
if we don't kill them with abortion, we now got to kill them with fear from a
Right.
I mean, what are we doing? Is our government really for health or is it against health?
Yeah.
I mean,
Great question.
that's my question to Dr. and the rest. Do you really care about people's health or you care about something else? I'm not sure what it is you care about, but it's certainly not the truth in medicine. So, so that's what's going on is that, so this box,
Yes.
again, the truth of it is passed amongst homosexual men that engage in homosexual sex. End of story. And again, as we already know, homosexuals have depressed immunity, so they have more difficulty and they have more issues. So why are we, just like we did with children with the coronavirus, why are we now having everyone locked down? Because all our children are homosexuals? I mean, what is going on?
Yeah.
So, and again, the number of deaths, one more than one death is terrible. But again, we're going to shut down we're going to do the same thing. I think the good news, because I go around the country giving these talks about, what is truth in medicine,
Yes.
is the good news is people have suddenly realized that we're being lied to. And it's really sad. I get questions all the time. What's happened to the House of Medicine? Yeah. We're currently in a medical dictatorship, and it will end. God has showed up, and it will end because the truth always outshines the darkness.
I love it.